What's up YouTube? It's your boy Tim coming back at you with another YouTube video, and welcome to TA Vlogs. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, I would like to say welcome, and if you guys could, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All of that does help out the YouTube algorithm and helps boost my video to more and more people. So thank you to every single one of you guys that do that on all my videos. And for today's video, we're going to go over the most expensive sneakers of all time. I thought this video would be cool just to go over it with you guys, and we're going to talk about probably around 15 to almost 20 pairs that have recently sold and how expensive they actually are. So right now, as you can see on the screen, I do have two lists pulled up. I'm going to flip between each list because some sneakers, their prices are not correct. Some of the lists are a little bit outdated. So I compiled both of these lists to make my, number one list basically. So we're going to flip between both of these lists. And let's get right into it. So right here, number 21. So these are 21 on this list, and the other one I think is 11. So 21 on this list is the DJ Khaled Air Jordan 3 Grateful, which is basically that all red DJ Khaled Air Jordan 3. And they're having this at an estimated value of $25,000. That's a very expensive pair. And if that's number 21 on the list, I can only imagine the number one sneaker. We're going to fly through these top, the 20 through 10. Once we get into that top 10, we'll spend a little bit more time on each sneaker, basically. So at number 20, we have the Macklemore Air Jordan 6. Again, $25,000. Now, this sneaker is dope because it is green, my favorite color. At number 19, they have the Eminem Carhartt Air Jordan 4. Later this year, we're seeing that black canvas Air Jordan 4, which is super similar to the Eminem Carhartt Air Jordan 4. But this pair is going for about $30K. So they do have a little synopsis on it. Only 10 pairs were ever made for the public, and all the proceeds from the sale went to the Michigan State University Music School. At number 18, they have the Nike SB Low Freddy Cougar, valued at $30K. Now, I think this one fluctuates quite a bit. I've seen pairs going for upwards into $60 and $70K. But this one is a super limited shoe. I know the little story behind it. Nike had to recall it. And they were supposed to be burned, but some people got their pairs. It's a great shoe, and I would love to have this sneaker in my collection one day. I've seen pairs early on, like maybe 10, 15 years ago, selling for about $4,000 to $5,000. And I wish I would have bought back then because I would have made a lot of money on this pair. So for number 17, we have the Air Jordan 2. I don't know too much about the shoe, but it was sold on eBay for $31,000. Next, for number 16, we have the Nike Dunk SB Low Pigeon coming in at $38,000. Now, this release was super hyped up. It released in 2005 in New York. And it was a sneaker frenzy, as you can see right here on the front page of the New York Post. At number 15, we have the Air Jordan 11 Derek Jeter coming in at $40,000. Let me know if you guys would spend $40,000 on one pair of sneakers. I don't know. I'm going to have to be making a lot of money to spend $40K on one pair. So this article does say only 5 pairs of these were released, to celebrate the retirement of Derek Jeter. Super limited. Wow, 5 pairs. That's crazy. So at number 14, we have the Nike Dunk SB Low Yellow Lobster coming in at $42,634 to be exact. Now, the Dunk Low Lobsters come in a whole bunch of different colors. We've seen the purple, we've seen the blue, we've seen the red. And rumored this year to drop is an orange lobster. So we'll see how limited that pair is. Now, this yellow lobster was a friends and family, so I know it was super limited. So, that's why it's going for $42,000. At number 13, this is the first time I ever saw this shoe, is the Diamond Encrusted Air Force One, coming in at $50K. Okay, so here's a little bit more information on it. Gifted to Big Boy, that is Outkast right there, and they were auctioned off to raise money for Big Kids Foundation. Oh, okay, so some of these are auctions, some of these help raise money, so that's why some of these pairs are going for so much money. So they go for better causes. So this one went to the Big Kids Foundation. So hey, I'm not mad at it. $50K for the Air Force Ones, not bad. At number 12, we have the Nike Dunk SB Low Paris, $62,000. Wow. So let's read some more information about it. With only rumored to 150 to 200 pairs in existence, artwork by the late French designer Bernard Buffet. I hope I read that right. No 2 pairs are identical, thus making them one of the rare shoes in the world. At number 11, we have the Nike Dunk High Pro SB Flam coming in at $63,000. And here on this sneaker, we have a whole bunch of different currencies on it. Let's read some more about it. Flam stands for the love of money, was released in 2004. And 24 pairs were created. Just 3 were released to the public. Wow. Okay, so there was only 3 chances of getting it, and the other 21 pairs were basically friends and family. Number 10, they have the Nike Air Mag on this list, coming in at $63,000. But I actually think the Air Mag went for more. I think recently the Air Mag went for about $102,000. So this is where I'm going to go to the other list because some of the prices are a little bit different. So I'm going to switch back to the other list, and we might come back to that list in a little bit. So right here we have the 11 most expensive pairs. And at number 11 right here, perfect, the Nike Air Max self-lacing. So maybe the other one wasn't auto-lacing. Maybe it was the OG Air Max. That's why it was $63,000 or $64,000. This one is the auto-lacing pair, selling for $104,000. Next on this list, we have at number 10, the 1997 Air Jordan 12 Flu Game, selling for $105,000, and it is signed by Michael Jordan. This is probably one of the most iconic sneakers of all time. As you guys know, Michael Jordan played in a game where he had the flu and dropped it on their head tops. Let's see. I think this was an auction. Let's see. 25 years ago, the flu game became one of Michael Jordan's career-defining moments. He wore it and gifted it to Utah Jazz ball boy. Wow, this went to a ball boy. I didn't even know that. And sold for a record breaking back in 2013. At number 9 on this list, we have the 1992 Game Worn Air Jordan 7 Olympics, selling for $113,000. We're getting up there. We're getting up there in price. 1992 Olympic Dream Team was one of the greatest sports teams ever assembled. These are the shoes worn by Jordan during the historic run when the U.S. team won the gold medal in 1992 in Barcelona. MJ signed the pair and gifted it to a staffer on the team. So this went to a staff member right here. And boy, were they blowing everybody out by an average of 44 points. That's crazy. At number 8, we have a 1984 Michael Jordan Game Worn Converse Fast Break Mid, selling for $137,000. So obviously 1984, this is when Michael Jordan was in college playing for the University of North Carolina. And this is a Converse Fast Break. So, you know, we're going to see some different sneakers on here. They're not going to be all Jordans, all hype sneakers. We're going to see some obscure, some rare sneakers on here. And, you know, the Converse Fast Break is not something that's obscure but not really worn in the sneaker community. And going for $137,000. What the hell are these? 1960s Bill Bowerman handmade prototype logo track spikes, selling for $315,000. Y'all paying $315,000 for this? They might look like nothing but a battered pair of shoes, but they're actually handmade by Nike's co-founder Bill Bowerman in the 1960s. Holy shit. And updated in the 1970s. This shoe features waffle sole under the set of track spikes, and first notable inventions introduced by Nike when he premiered the Nike Moon shoe in 1972. So this is basically the first pair of Nikes ever. This is a prototype right here. This is the first Nike, and look at that Nike logo. It was just an arrow. Oh my god, this shoe is hideous. I'm not going to lie. At number 6, we have the Louis Vuitton Nike Air Force One by Virgil Abloh, selling for $350,000. So this is probably one of the most recent shoes on the list. And as we guys know, this shoe was auctioned along with, you know, they were doing a full size run. A couple of pairs in each size. Super limited, and this all went to, you know, the Virgil Foundation. So the highest bid on one of these pairs was $350,000. Right here, we have on February 9th, a US size 5 went for $350,000. The sale turned out to be one of the most valuable for charity auctions in nearly 10 years. So there was 200 pairs up for auction, and they made $25.3 million on those 200 pairs. That's a come up right there. But, you know, they all went to, you know, the Virgil Foundation Scholarship Fund. So, good cause. Can't be mad at it. It's a fire shoe. I would love to see this pair in hand. I have seen some of the retail pairs of the Air Force One LV collab, and they look amazing. At number 5, we have the 1972 Nike Waffle Racing Flat Moon shoe. Wow, that was a mouthful. So this one kind of ties back into that original Nike. So this one came out in 1972. So I think this is the first Nike to ever come out. And it is a track shoe, selling for $437,500 buckaroonies. So this is basically, you know, the first shoe made by Nike, first track shoe. Obviously they made prototypes, but this was the mainstream shoe right here, and sold for $437,000. At number 4, we have a pair of 1985 game-worn Nike Air Jordan 1s, selling for $560,000. See, at this point, it's just a flex. I don't really think real sneakerheads are even buying these pairs. These are just rich, super rich people buying these pairs, putting them on display and just flexing to their friends like, yo, I have an original 1985 worn by Michael Jordan himself. And you know, for the Air Forces, some sneakerheads are buying it, but for the most part, you have to be a big time collector to be putting up $560,000 for one pair of shoes. So this article goes on to say that the pair shattered the record for the Nike Moon shoe, which we just talked about, more than 3.5 times. Wow, that is crazy. They were only estimated at 150,000, and they went for 560,000. See, sometimes these experts don't know what they're talking about. So for number 3, we have another pair of 1985 Air Jordan 1s. This pair is selling for 610,000. And I think the only difference between this pair and the pair right above it is that Michael Jordan signed this pair. Let's see what the article has to say about it. Only Jordan can break his own records, exactly. So he was at number 4 and number 3 for the same sneaker. This pair of game-worn Jordan 1 shoes was infamous for the shattered backboard incident in 1985. So a piece of glass from the backboard is still in the shoe. That's crazy. That's a flex right there. So a piece of the backboard, when Michael Jordan shattered the backboard, is still engraved in that shoe. Wow, that's crazy. And it's signed? That's fire. How much did this pair go for? $610,000. So number 4 was just a pair of game-worn ones for $560,000. But this one has a better backstory to it. With the shattered glass in it and the signature, I think it's worth the extra $50,000. At that point, you know, what's money at that point? $50,000? It's like $5. You might as well go for this one. At number 2, we have a pair of 1987 game-worn Nike Air Ships, selling for $1.4 million. Wow, so we just jumped up to the big leagues. We basically doubled from number 3 to number 2. I gotta hear the story on this. I have no idea what's up with this pair. So as legendary as a player wearing them, obviously Michael Jordan wore them, and autographed by him as well. That's fire. Sold for $1.4 million. The high tops were worn by MJ during his 5th NBA game in his rookie season on November 1st, 1984, before Nike finished their first pair of Air Jordans. So this pair came before the Air Jordan 1. As you can see, the models are super similar. This is a Nike Air Ship, and this is a Nike Air Jordan 1. So basically, Jordan was rocking these his rookie year, and then they came out and they dropped the Air Jordan 1s, and then they went crazy. I believe a couple years ago, we did see a pack with the Air Jordan 1 and the Nike Air Ship in it, and I think that pack actually goes for money. I think it's around $5,000 to $6,000 for both pairs, so about $3,000 each. But this pair is crazy. $1.4 million. Basically 1.5. And at number 1, the most expensive pair on this list is going to be the Kanye West Grammy-worn Nike Air Yeezy samples, selling for a whopping $1.8 million. Almost $2 million. And hey, Kanye did it the best. Kanye's always going to be on top. Kanye over Jumpman, I guess, right here on this list specifically. So this is a Grammy-worn pair, and it's basically a sample, so this colorway never came out. Made for Kanye West specifically. How did someone get their hands on this? What did Yeezy do? What did Yeezy give this away to somebody? Look at that, Kanye setting records. This was the first $1 million sneaker. So I guess this shoe right at number 2 sold after this Yeezy, but for $1.8 million. Wow. So this is Kanye West's very own size, obviously because he wore them, a size 12, and this sold in April of 2021, so just last year. That's crazy. And I think this list had one other shoe I wanted to talk about before we get up out of here. Oh, they had 2 shoes. So they have at number 4 the Air Jordan Retro Kobe pack, coming in at $800,000. Distributed only to friends and family in 2016. So this pair came out in 2016. So this pair has an Air Jordan 3 and an 8 is a Kobe pack. And it's a tribute to Kobe Bryant. Everybody that bought this shoe before his passing, you know, people were buying these pairs. I saw pairs going for like 20, 30, 40,000, depending on where you were buying them. People were splitting up the pack. I know Kais did get a pretty good deal on his Kobe 8, but right now $800,000 for the pack, basically $400,000 a shoe. And the other shoe I want to talk about was this. The reason why I didn't want to put this one at the number 1 shoe, the Yeezy is the most expensive wearable shoe at $1.8 million. But we do have this solid gold OVO Air Jordan 10 coming in at $2 million. Now, I don't know how wearable this sneaker is, how practical it is. This is definitely a piece of art, something you're going to put in your house. So for me, the number 1 most expensive pair on this list is going to be that Kanye prototype that he wore at the Grammys. But we're also going to talk about this solid gold OVO Air Jordan 10 coming at $2 million. So when Drake stepped in for Kanye, when Kanye left Nike, he decided to make a solid 24 karat gold sneaker. Now that's just crazy right there. The most expensive Nike shoe in the world. They weigh more than 50 pounds each. So you're not wearing this on your feet. You're not wearing this on your feet. meaning probably you won't be doing much jumping. But with these on your feet, you have all the attention you'll need. Yeah, for sure. I wonder if they made a left and a right, or if they only made one shoe. But 50 pounds, that is crazy. Alright guys, well that's gonna wrap up the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you are new here. And in the comments down below, if you could get any one of these pairs of sneakers, which one would you choose? Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Both of those links will be down in the description below. As well as don't forget to check out my Discord. That is going to be the top link down in the description box below. Come through and show some love as we continue to keep growing the community over there. It's been your boy Tim, signing off. Peace.